Hi, how y'all doing? It's July 23rd, 2025. Here in Ontario, Canada, the sky is blue with clouds. Not a lot, yeah, I guess there's some clouds. It's more white, right, in places. Yesterday it was blue with some weird clouds, right? The whole sky's blue, but there's a pop-up of cloud here and a pop-up of cloud there kind of thing, lingering around, right? Wasn't suspicious at all. Not at all, right? I didn't make a video yesterday because I decided to sit outside the front of my house and have a couple of drinks. I was just aggravated because I haven't been sleeping well. My legs have been bothering me. I've been tossing and turning, and I was just like, something's got to give. So that's what I did. I got some gin and lime Ricky. Had about 3 or 4 drinks out there. My friend Tass popped in and out, sat with me for a while, loaned me her great big speaker, right? So I could listen to music. And then I called my second son up and said, come here, please, right? And he was like, nah. And I was like, yeah, come here. I said, if you don't come here, I'm coming there. So he's like, okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes. So he came down and sat and talked to me for a while. And we made up with each other, right? Because, like, of my birthday, what happened, all right? So it was nice having him around. He's thinking about taking a trip out west. So, yeah, it is what it is. I told him I prefer him to wait until 2026 because that's the year one, right? Starting over. So it'll be new. Anything you do, right, will be mm, a good chance of working out for you, you know? Sticking, that kind of stuff. I stayed outside. I didn't go outside until what, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 or 3, something like that. Stayed out there till about 10:30. Natasha took her speaker. A couple of girls, young girls, came and sat and talked to me. The one at the end, she's probably about 10, right? I'm standing there and I'm looking up at the sky, and she's looking up at the sky. She didn't get the thing, you know what I mean? And she's like, I said, look at that. There's those 2 lights again, 2 yellow lights. What is that? There's no hydro poles or anything over there, right? And I was trying to call them in. I was like, come on, come here, right? I was telling her about this guy on YouTube that does it, calls in ships, right? Or the lights, whatever. So we tried that, didn't work. And then all of a sudden, we seen a red light go zoom across the sky way high up. It was such a small light, right? And then she was like, oh, look, there's a blue light going fast that way. And there's a green one. And I was like, and look at that white one, right? And they were just zooming around way, way up there. So I'm not sure if drones can fly that high. There was no noise. They were too high up, right? Higher than those jets that put the chemtrails down, the lines, right? It was such a clear night. It was easy to see. So we stood out there and looked at the lights for a while, watched them zoom around, right? And then I told her, you should probably go in. It's getting late, right? You shouldn't be out this late. If you were my child, you'd be in at 9, you know? And she said, yeah, I got to go in. And so I was like, yeah, me too. So she went home and I packed up all the stuff I had outside and brought it in and watched a little bit of YouTube and went to bed, right? I slept good. My feet didn't bother me all night. No cramping or anything. Not until I was getting ready to wake up around, well, I woke up around 4 and then went back to sleep until about 5. Then Feline tried to wake me up. And so I just kind of laid there until 6 and my foot started cramping up. And I was like, okay, well, thanks for letting me sleep through the night kind of thing, right? Although I had broken sleep, but that's usual, you know? My legs aren't as antsy or aching today, icky. But my one left foot's bothering me. It's the one that started cramping up in the rise. So yeah, other than that, I have pressure in the back of my head. My neck is stiff, right? This trap must be really tight. My son went to work, so that's good. It's supposed to be 28 here today. There's a bit of a wind out there. It looks like it's nice right now, but it's probably going to be really warm this afternoon. I was watching a video of Mark Atwood on YouTube, and it was how Mr. T had put a thing out saying that Hillary, Obama, and Biden are all going to be charged for treason, right? And I was like, okay. But he's awake too. He knows that they've been replaced. They're actors, right? It's already happened kind of thing. And he's like, get ready. There's going to be stuff coming out, you know? And I was like, right on. And then so I looked it up, right, on the internet. And I searched up as Obama arrested, and a bunch of posts came up, or pages came up and said, oh, it was a fake AI video that Trump put out. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Who knows, right? We'll wait and see, won't we? We will. It's the start of something, right? So I thought that was interesting. I guess they're going to ramp up the earthquake stuff. I was thinking about that too. Me and Tass were talking about it. How it could all be a lie too, right? Just to get everybody fearful, right? A bit more loose. So I'm not sure, right? We can't believe anything. If it's on the news, remember, they lie, right? They lie. They're all about propaganda. So yeah. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? I think so. Tomorrow's the new moon. So I hope you started your setting new intentions, right? New beginnings. I have. I've been working on it all week, for the last couple of days, right? When I went outside to plug my phone in, right? I opened the what do you call it, outlet box. It has a little cover on it, right? I opened it up, and a caterpillar about that big fell out. It was like a reddish brown color, furry, one of those furry ones, right? And I was like, oh no, and it didn't move. And I was like, I wonder if you're dead. And then it started moving a little bit, right? And it was headed to my door, and I was like, oh no, you're gonna go in the house. Don't do that, right? I don't want to have to kill you. So I got the broom and I give it a little brush off the deck, off the steps, right? The cement step where it had fallen. And it boogied so fast into the little garden box outside, right? That was like a foot away from it. And I was like, wow, you can move, right? I'm glad I didn't kill you. So I looked it up. It's a spiritual sign from nature, right? And then monarch butterflies kept on flying around me all the time I was out there, right? And I told them, I'm not used to you guys. Don't come near me, please. You know, you can hang around, but don't come near me. Don't touch me, right? And so they did. They just kind of zoomed around over there and over here, right? And a little white moth zoomed by. Um, when me and Toss were sitting out there, a big black and white cat came out and laid down. It was the first time I'd seen it, and thought it was my friend's cat, right? She's like, that's my cat. And she went over. He was coming out. He laid down. He was checking out where his mom was, right? You know what I mean? It's another spiritual sign. Protection, right? He cared about her. So it was nice. Had a few people stop by. One of the neighbors, right? She came up, and it was her dog. They have a pregnant dog, or dog that gave birth to babies, yellow lab. And I guess they got loose or whatever, and I was petting it. And she come around and got it and said it had puppies. Because I was telling the canine, oh, you're a mom, look at you, right? Because you can tell, you know? And she came back with her phone to show me the canine's puppies, right? And while she was showing me, she was like, and we're not rats. We're not rats at all, right? And I thought, we don't say anything to anybody. And I was just like, that's strange, right? So the news must have got out about her mom being a rat, you know, calling housing or whoever just to get people in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard lots of stories about this woman. She tried to put shit on me, you know? So talk about me. So gossip's going around the hood, you know? Isn't that interesting how that works? Not really. That's, yeah, gossip. So, yeah, I was like, that's the way you make me believe you. Come up and say, no, I'm not the rat. I'm not the rat. You know, when I know you are. All right. So, yeah. All right. I'm just going to take it easy today. Gonna make some bread, make supper later. It's supposed to be another powerful new moon. So, moons are full and new moons are emotional, right? So, put out good emotions. That's what I did. I was celebrating yesterday, right? That post that Mark did about Obama and Clinton and all that made me happy. I was like, right on, something to celebrate. Break up the energy in my body. Try to get something to relax, you know? When you don't take any medication for it, you just go all natural, right? Sometimes a little bit of alcohol helps relax you. I was relaxed last night, so it's a good thing. Something changed, right? I won't make a habit of it. Don't worry. I won't. All right. Every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I set new positive intentions more than the day before. And every day I have more to be grateful for than the day before. I love you all to consciousness. Enjoy the Snyder day. Okay? Okay. Bye.